Hello everybody, welcome back to the 3D Critic channel. I am David, your host, and today I'm going to be talking about the Puma Rise Nitros. And I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of the shoe and give my final thoughts on this shoe to see if you should buy this or avoid these in general. Now, to start everything off, the original retail price on Puma's website is $130. However, it is going on sale for as low as $75 on specific colorways. So if you guys are interested in them, I will leave a link in the description box below. However, I got this specific colorway on Amazon.com for $68. So if you guys are interested of buying this shoe in this specific colorway, I will leave a link in the description box below for you guys as well. Now, with all that being said, let's get started. The Traction features a full-length rubber outsole with this really aggressive, wavy, multi-directional traction pattern with the Puma logo in the heel, and you have this Pro plate, which is a TPU shank plate, which extends all the way to the forefoot of the shoe. Initially, when I started playing in these, the grip wasn't there to start off. I was sliding left and right, and as well as doing any vertical movements as well. However, once you rubber it in, give it a lot of friction on the floor, you're going to get really good grip, especially on a clean court. With the lateral movements, you're going to be really good considering how the traction pattern is designed. And it'll give you a really quick changes of direction on the court, and it'll help you when you are being a perimeter defender, trying to get open for shots, doing pick and rolls, anything in that nature. However, on hard stops, it is a little inconsistent in my opinion. There were times where I would get hard stops, and there were some times where I would slide a little bit, and it was a little bit of an issue, but it held up pretty well as a whole. And I was able to create space in making step back shots or trying to stop on a dime when I'm trying to do a really quick jump shot as well. Overall, it was holding up pretty well in that front. Now, when dust is present, you will suffer a little bit, considering that the dust sticks a little bit to the traction pattern overall, because of the materials are really sticky. But with really a grippy wipe, you should be able to get most of the dust off. It does get dirty, as you can see in the traction pattern itself. There's little gunks in the grooves, and it will require a little bit of cleaning. That way you can have a really nice grippy traction pattern overall. But for the most part, it's pretty good. Just make sure you wipe every now and then when dust picks up, and you should be good to go. Now, overall durability is actually really good when it's indoors. I've had these for quite some time, and the overall traction pattern is staying intact for the most part. There are a couple of spots where there's a little bit of fraying in the edge of the traction pattern here, as well as a little bit in the back and the heel. But for the most part, you should be good to go indoors. However, outdoors is exactly the opposite. Considering how soft the rubber is, you are going to basically melt the whole traction pattern away. I've had a couple people where some spots of the traction pattern go completely bald, and they're literally going to be useless at that point. So for outdoors, I wouldn't recommend that in general. So overall, the traction holds up pretty well. Lateral movements are really good with quick changes of direction. Hard stops are good, but it's a little inconsistent considering how the traction pattern is laid out. But it'll get the job done most of the time. A quick wipe will be good to go once it's gets a little dusty. Clean it every now and then, that way it doesn't get that dirty at all. Indoors, you should be fine overall. However, outdoors, I wouldn't recommend them at all. So overall, I'm going to give the Traction a 8 out of 10. Now, moving along to the cushion, it is a full-length EVA foam that Puma made, and in the back you are getting nitro-infused foam that is top-loaded, along with a bottom-loaded TPU shank plate, which is called the Pro plate, and it extends all the way to the forefoot, which you can see in the cutout of the traction pattern itself. Now, the overall cushioning setup is actually really nice under my foot. In the forefoot, the EVA foam is very responsive. It helped me a lot when I was trying to react to getting steals, trying to follow everybody when I was defending them. It was really good in that front, and with the Pro Plate that extends to the forefoot, it gives you a subtle bounce. That way you can quickly react to getting rebounds, as well as trying to contest people's shots or trying to block them. It was really good in that aspect overall. I was really happy with that. And in the heel, the top-loaded nitro infused foam blended with the EVA foam was really soft and gave me a lot of compression when I was trying to crash the boards, trying to get rebounds, and coming down in my heels. All the impact went directly into the foam, and I didn't experience any aching in my back when it came to that. It was very nice in the heel. The overall heel-to-toe transition was really nice and fluid, and it really helped me a lot when I transitioned myself from offense to defense. I was running around really fluidly, and it was very nice to run around in, and it was very nice when I was moving around in the court, and I was happy with it overall. It's a very underrated cushioning setup in my opinion, and for that, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Now, moving along to the materials, it features a knitted shroud to the midfoot all the way to the forefoot of the shoe, and it features these strands of tape, also known as power tape, made by Puma, which helps with the overall durability. It is strategically placed. That way it can help support yourself in the shoe, as well as prevent any strain from the material itself, considering that it's just a sock-like upper. And in the lateral side, you're going to get this TPU Puma panel for lateral stability, as well as this foam carrier right here. And in the back, you're going to get more mesh with a nicely padded tongue, as well as some padding in the heel as well. Now, the overall materials, in my opinion, are very nice when it comes to how they feel on your foot. Since it feels like a sock, it literally feels like putting on a sock. It was very comfortable. It was very one-to-one to your foot. I didn't experience any pinching at all when I was flexing it, when I was playing in this. It's really flexible from that standpoint. And it was very nice and well padded in the tongue as well as in the heel. I didn't experience any pinching in the shoelaces as well in the midfoot. It was overall really comfortable, and by far like one of the most comfortable shoes that I have tried so far. So for that, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. The overall fit in this shoe is very snug. It is the best fitting shoe that I have tried so far. The length and the width is really nice, considering the overall material is basically like a sock-like material. It was very nice. It was a one-to-one fit overall in the entire shoe. So if you are a wide footer, I would recommend that you go up half a size, maybe a full size, considering when I initially played in these, I was experiencing a little pinching in the forefoot. However, once you break the material in, it feels really nice, very snug. And if you're a narrow footer, I would try it in stores if you have the chance to do so, and see if you need to go like half a size down, but I don't really think so, because it's really narrow in the toe box right here. So for overall fit, I would go true to size. It fitted me perfectly on my foot, and for that, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. When it comes to lockdown, it is really solid overall. The one-to-one fit basically in the midfoot as well as the forefoot. With the shroud, you're pretty much not going to go anywhere in that front. It feels really nice, very well contained in your foot when you wrap the shoelaces up. With the lacing system that's underneath the shroud, you're pretty much not going to go anywhere in that aspect. In the heel, it's the same deal. However, there is a little bit of heel slippage, and it feels like that a little bit, but it's not anything major, considering the midfoot lockdown as well as the forefoot is pretty much very well contained, so you won't be experiencing any issues sliding around at all when you are playing. So overall, for that, I'm going to give the overall lockdown a 9 out of 10. And lastly, when it comes to support, it features a bottom-loaded TPU shank plate, which is called the Pro Plate, that extends all the way to the forefoot of the shoe, which provides overall torsional support. It also has a wide, stable base. That way you're overall a flat-footed on the ground. And in the edge of the outsole, there is not really an outrigger, but there is a bulge of foam, which helps with the overall lateral support. And you are really sitting in the midsole itself. That way you won't have any issues of rolling your ankles in that aspect. And for lateral stability, along with this foam pod, you are going to get the Puma logo, which keeps the lateral stability well intact, as well as the strand of tape along the lateral and medial side of the shoe as well. That way you won't experience any slipping inside the shoe as well. And in the back, you are going to get a really bulky TPU heel counter. That way you won't experience any heel slippage moving from side to side. Overall, the support is top notch in my opinion, with all the lateral counters, the supportive materials along the knitted upper with the pro plate, the heel counter. It was overall really good. It held up pretty well, pretty much with everything I was doing when it came to lateral movements, hard stops, crashing the boards, getting rebounds. All of those aspects, I was really able to stand on my own 2 feet and don't experience any ankle rolls at all. I was very happy with it overall, and because of all of that, I'm going to give the support a 10 out of 10. So to sum up everything for you guys, I absolutely love this shoe. The traction overall is really good, very grippy with the right conditions. Just make sure you don't keep it outdoors because the rubber will burn right off. The cushion as a whole is very soft in the heel, very responsive with a springy bounce in the forefoot. Overall materials are very nice on hand and really comfortable to wear. The overall fit is really good as well because of the materials. The lockdown is, for the most part, really good as a whole. The support is top notch in my opinion, and in my opinion, overall, it is a very underrated shoe with the $68 price tag that I got it for. It is really good overall, and I would absolutely recommend it to you guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below on your thoughts on the Puma Rise Nitros and any experiences that you have had with them, along with any other questions that you might have for me as well. If you want to subscribe to this channel, hit the subscribe button down below. It is greatly appreciated as always. I appreciate your support as well. And if you guys want to follow me, I will leave my information of my Instagram as well as my TikTok in the description box below. Once again, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, keep shooting.